Yo, so I want to make a short video about mental health, about things many people today are struggling with, like depression and anxiety. These kind of things are more and more common today. Life is more hectic. We are less in contact with nature. We spend way too much time in front of screens, computer, TVs, cell phones, etc. And it makes us less social, and it makes some people more antisocial. By that I mean the struggle for perfection, narcissism, which is on a rise, and we see a lot more of this now today than we did not so many years back. This is also well documented. It's just not me. It's not just me talking about it. It's well documented from several queries. And yeah, so after I lived 20 years in Oslo with a maniac neighbor which attacked me many times. He was very violent. He was drinking a lot. He was using drugs, and when he did, he was very unstable. And also when he didn't, he was very unstable. It was like, but when he was drinking and using drugs, he got the nerve to be violent. So every time he attacked me, he was physically. He was either drunk or a mix of alcohol and drugs. This made him very aggressive, and he got the nerve. He could drink himself with courage, so he got the nerve to attack me. And I reported to the police many times. They did nothing. So after a while, I saw every time he got the letter from the police that he was being reported, then I had to live with him being crazy another 6 months, worse, like on edge for 6 months. So I didn't press charges all the times he was aggressive, but sometimes I did. I had to do it sometimes just to make a point. And the last 3 years, I knew I was gonna move because I had bought my apartment when it wasn't built yet, and that was kind of a secret. So I wasn't trying. I didn't want him to know this because I knew that would cause him to do stuff. But very hard to keep a secret for this long. But I did manage to do it for many years. But the last year or 1.5 years, then he knew. He had picked up because a friend was there and she managed to blur it out. Like, it's not that long to move. It was, I don't remember exactly, but something like this. You move like this, let's say Christmas. And he had picked it up because he was always listening by the door, or he was listening in the chimney. There was all apartment building, but if you sat in the chimney, you could hear everything. It was like a big speaker, and he was he was there. He was always smoking in the chimney, always. Yeah, he was smoking a lot, but he was also listening a lot. And I have many videos of him and photos of, like in wintertime, I got the tracks in the snow outside the window, and when confronted, why are you spying? No, you're imagining it. Well, funny how that goes, huh? Another imagining it guy. So yeah, and it took a very hard toll on me. For years. I got depression. I got complex PTSD. A lot of anxiety. I was isolated because if I tried to have guests over, like I had was celebrating my birthday one year. We weren't that many, like 8, 9 people maybe. We were playing music, and like 9 o'clock in the evening, because we had the circuit box outside in our hall. We had shared the hall, and he lived upstairs and I lived under. And like 9:30, he got his wife to open my circuit box and cut all the electricity right off. Didn't knock on the door, didn't complain, he just cut the power. Or he got her to do it, of course. So I ran out there and I was fuming, and but we were about to leave, so I was like, okay, my friend said, calm it, we're not starting anything, we're leaving anyway. So we went out to town. This is the guy I had to live with. That was just, these are the things he did to me. So living that for many years, and he being a very crazy person, made me, like I said, give me depression. I get complex PTSD, and so on. And when I moved, it was supposed to be like a new start, and it was. But I also told this story before. He was convinced I was cooking up like drugs in my kitchen when I was preparing food. So he had this first, a friend of his son followed me to the gym I was training to see what I did, to like follow me to see if I sold drugs in the gym, which I didn't. And when that friend, because I saw this friend visiting him and I heard them talking, and then he was suddenly in my gym following me. So and then he stopped doing that. I did it 2 or 3 times. And then his son followed me, and his son spread the rumor that I had attacked his father because his father has lied to him. Of course, attacked him with a baseball bat, and I thought I was crazy guy. I was always on drugs and drinking, projection, and yeah, I'm not an innocent guy. I haven't done things in my past. Like in the 90s, when I started DJing and the house music, there was like a wave of house music and house parties, raves that came to Norway in the middle of the 90s. And I was 18 at the time when I got into my first techno and house event, I think 18. And I had a music interest long before this. I started to have very high interest for music, like electronic music when I was like 13, 14. I would listen to the radio, Rainbow Radio, and I would record the full radio shows on my cassette tape when I went to bed and I was sleeping. I would listen to them the day after. So I had like full 3-4 hours, or I don't know, the longest tapes, 180 minutes, I think, of like radio shows with cool techno music and the DJs talking and so on. And I started to borrow DJ equipment from friends that had like record players and CD players, and I taught myself how to DJ. And I bought my record players, my Technics 1210s, when I was 18 or 19. I'm not remembering, round about there. And I had my first DJ gig because I learned pretty fast. I figured out how music works. And I had my first DJ gig like 30 a month after this. It went okay. I was really scared. But after this, I built up my momentum, and I did a lot of DJ gigs. But again, back to mental health. Like I said, I moved from the psychopath neighbor to a new situation here because the gym I was going to, where his son had spread all this nice gossip about me, that was the same gym I started in, the same chain of gyms I started in here. And there was a girl and her boyfriend who had been training in the city where I also trained recognized me, and then the rumor was out, and also where I lived there was already gossip about me. Where I worked there was gossip about me, and then it wasn't long after I moved there, Corona started. And during Corona, first the gyms were all closed, and when they opened there was one gym, same chain, in my hometown. And during Corona, then I met Mr. Potato Head. So now you start to see the picture. I will go more into detail about how this started, and I just trying to focus on mental health. But yeah, so I've been struggling with complex PTSD, anxiety, depression, and this I tried medications like antidepressant, depressive medications. They work, but they're not I don't like them, and I don't like taking anything, and I don't want that toxic stuff in my body. So I tried it for a few years, and I gained a lot of weight, and still I had issues. So I spent a lot of years like stopping, phasing them out, waning off, and still I had struggling with depression. I still get it sometimes, but it's much better. But I think it was 2020, yeah. I got told about a treatment, alternative treatment. It wasn't approved in Norway in all hospitals. It was like a test phase for ketamine treatment, but they had like 70% luck with it. If you're one of that 70%, you can go into a session with ketamine treatment, and you go out and you feel the effects already. You feel better at once after 1 hour. And it's pretty intense because I tried it. First I had a screening meeting in a private psychiatry office, and I was approved, and I started the treatment. And it's like you have to take one session, see if it works, and then you take 6 to 10 to 12 more in a relative short time. So you attack the system, and you get the neuroplasticity in your brain. You can. It means that your brain, it's like this Play-Doh. It's like Play-Doh, so you can shape it. You get new neurons that after this treatment, you get the new neurons. You train them. So the 2-3 days after we have the treatment, then you train your brain in positive ways, and you train it. You don't go back to old patterns. You do something positive. You do something that gives you dopamine, that gives you happiness, that gives you positive neurons, you can say. So I did this, and it's very intense. It's got you have one doctor sitting beside you all the time, and you get infusions like an IV drip with ketamine. And what I say about it, I call it like you get like dissolved, because you go in, it feels like you're in dissolved and a part of everything. And I see colors, I see swirls. One time I saw my granddaddy. I get visions. I get beat up a bit, thrown about. It's a very psychedelic and hefty, a crazy experience. And but it worked for me, and I'm very happy it did. And I had the long-term effects of it, because I had like, after you do the first initial treatments, which are like I said, 6, 10, 12 depending, then you're left to live your life, and you feel better, and you have like boosters, like 6 months or 8 months or maybe a year after. I had like 1 or 2 boosters, But it's amazing because I have had so good effect from it. Like I said, the big time heavy depression feeling is sometimes it comes, like I said, but it's not there all the time, which I lived with for a long time. Then it's easy to try to medicate with it. And I'm a Norwegian. I used to drink beer like on Fridays and sit up and game a lot, which was my little escape, gaming and drinking beer. So I don't see the harm in it, but many people think that's very bad, of course. So I got a bad rap about that too. But I haven't done that in many years now. I live and work and I do what I love, and I have so many jobs that I changed doing. So I get it sometimes, like heavy depression, like thoughts, because if you follow the channel, you see what I go through, you see what I have to live with. It's easy to like give the feeling you want to give up. That what's the point? It comes sometimes, and when I'm tired and when I've had a rough day, but I'm getting used to being stalked. I'm getting used to have people being retarded against me. I'm very used to it. Used to be filmed, used to being followed. Like today in the gym, I'll talk about that later, another video. A guy that was following me, that followed me from the previous gym. I'm gonna get his picture and put it in a video. But yeah, so I don't have that issues much more. I have it sometimes, and I also, like, I'm a spiritual guy, and I see the effect of. I know that we are starting even Donald Trump and more. It's more and more getting approved with like psychedelics in treatment for depression. MDMA is getting used in Norway now. Ketamine is getting used in Norway now. They are trying to use like magic mushrooms. They've been doing it for years, but it's more and more not looked down on because you get very stigmatized if you talk about it. Then you're a druggie. But we can talk about that also later. But if you are all the drugs in the world, if you get it from the doctor, then it's suddenly okay, because so many drugs are like okay to use if you're doctor. If you don't, if you get them on the streets, then it's a different thing, of course. But I see like health benefits from it, and I see it because I have felt the health benefits from it. So let's talk in hypothetical situation. Like, let's say hypothetically that I go to a party like once or twice a year, and I do psychedelics like ketamine, and I get a positive effect from it. Do it once or twice a year, and then I don't do it again, and I don't think about it, but I get positive benefits. I get neuroplasticity. I get rid of like muscle aches and stuff like that. Or MDMA, which also is used in as an anti-depression medication. Stuff like that. In a hypothetical, would that make me an addict if I did it like once or twice a year? I don't think so. I think it's actually very healthy to do that once or twice a year. I think politicians should be forced to do it at least 2, 3, 4, 5 times before they get in a position of power. So they get less ego, so they have less narcissistic views, so they get less focus on the money making, to make them more empathic, to make them more feeling of the people they are supposed to work for, because they don't work for the people anymore, they work for themselves. They care more about money and votes than they do for the people that they are supposed to be helping, and that's very well documented. So yeah, that was my hypothetical, and now you can add in the hypothetical. What if this happened and me being stalked, filmed, doxed so many places, even on vacation, even today in a new gym, and even in like a hypothetical party situation, where I did like hypothetically once or twice a year did a drug that helped me get rid of depression and gave me neuroplasticity and gave me happiness, you know, once or twice a year. But hypothetically, they film me also here, and this is shared in my community, in my to my neighbors, and they say, oh, it's like Baida, it's like the worst thing ever, the most disgusting drug, narcissistic drug you can ever find. That's supposed to be hypothetically it. I'm supposed to be this addict that I run around with, take it every day, and be addicted to it, hypothetically. And these retards in the drug community, house music community, they are very, very they are much narcissism here, and they don't care about anything much other than themselves and getting their high on. And if they can ruin somebody's life because they think something about them, like hypothetically me, then then do it. No remorse. And this hypothetically could be spread to my neighbors, in my shops, where I live, where I train, people following me also because of this, people talking shit about me also because of this, not knowing what it is, just hearing somebody and seeing some hypothetically moves about me, from me. I also have this jaw, I had told you, that can't be fixed, it seems. It slides out. It's supposed to, the discs that hold the jaw in place is broken on one side, because where I used to live before, my psychopathic neighbor wouldn't leave me alone, and I would think about it and stress about it, and he saw that and he pushed, and I got so mad that I was sitting like grinding my teeth and biting so hard in sometimes that eventually that disc broke. So this is very taxing on my jaw. It makes me look like I am crazy or on drugs all the time, because people are retarded and don't know anything. You think I would be driving a car if I was on drugs? And police have stopped me, trust me. You think I would be able to do that? You think I would not? You think I have the balls to do that? Or endanger other people? Then you don't know me at all. But it's easy to judge when you don't know anything and are retarded, of course. And you are being deployed by Mr. Potato Head and his daddy to stalk me with a lot of ammunition in shapes of videos and doxing me, and videos that he himself has made, doctored, images of me doctored, which are sick things I was supposed to send to children. All this is making easy to deploy flying monkeys. So I think during living with all this and having like a mental break once or twice a year would be very healthy. Everybody, if you're a grown ass person, if you're grown up, and I can't recommend it, but everybody, I think everybody should try it once in their lifetime. If you don't have an addictive personality. There is a difference between addiction and taking a trip in the forests, if you know what I'm talking about. But so many people today, then they don't see it. If you do that once or twice a year, then you have a major problem. And they sit and drink alcohol every weekend, or just a glass of wine to dinner, and projecting onto me, or hypothetically me, or many others, their own demons, their own shadows. So yeah, mental health, it's a big issue today, and this is a short story about how I dealt with it, and a hypothetical story about how one could deal with it. And I don't see the harm in that. If you have control over if you have self-control, if you are not an addict, if you know how to control yourself, I don't see the harm. I think it's a positive thing. It could be positive for many people. And if it weren't for the hypothetical retards that film and dox and judge, and they are actually this is called snitching, isn't it? I'm also accused of being a snitcher. I'll tell that story in another video, how it originated. From my Mr. Potato Head, of course, my stalker. But they're calling me snitch, and all the time they are snitching. I have a few people that film me hypothetically in a techno party and send it to my stalker. And then one time he was actually standing outside our gym waiting for people to show them hypothetically videos of me. And yeah, and he was happy like a bug. He was like, oh, jolly, jolly. So everybody hypothetically had this. Again, one surprise a year. I don't see that again hypothetically as a problem, and not an addictive situation. More like the shamanic perspective. You get more in contact with yourself, with your higher self, with other realms, etc. And the control situations. And again, if you know how to control yourself. So yeah, a little story with a hypothetical story attached to it, and I'll round off this video, and I'll make some more about. I think I'll tell. Yeah, you'll see what I find, what I come up with. I have some ideas how I should approach some more videos. You'll for sure hear more about it soon. Please hit the like. Please share the video. Please comment. Do you take a trip in the forest sometimes? Do you find health bonuses of it? Do you think it's bad or good? Do you think it does harm to people? I'm just driving by the mosque, and there are a lot of angry people here. They look angry at me. I don't know why. How come? I don't know. They think they know me. Very strange. Yeah, and yeah, please like, share, comment, and we talk soon. Subscribe if you don't. Peace. See you soon. Yeah, I just want to also add, because this hypothetical is being spread, like, what's the obsession with knowing stuff about others? It's like some sort of dominant behavior. I see it like when you're sitting in the cash register, sharing this type of information about somebody and laughing and pointing, calling them names. That's very narcissistic. It's a weird type of trying to control a person, a weird type of trying to be dominant. And it's very clear that you think you're better than that person. And also, like, this is now hypothetically, in my neighborhood, by my neighbors, I hear like neighbors talking. They have seen the videos hypothetically about, and now they know everything about me. Again, And this is like proof. Now they know. Now this is like they can judge me because they have the proof now. You don't have anything really. You don't know the story. You don't know hypothetically what's going on. And you can take a video and cut it and pull it out of context, and you can make it look like anything. Now again, I'm not supposed to see what's going on. I see it, but I'm not supposed to know exactly what they have. But I have caught so many people filming me, hypothetically, that I know who it is and what it's supposed to be. And you add on this jaw thing I talked about. You add on ADHD medication, and when ADHD medication stops working in the evenings, because they are powerful, and when they stop working, my eyes get smaller and I get tired. Also the same with the caffeine. When the caffeine stops working in the evening, this also gives me the look of like, of course, it's when the medication stops working, you get a little low energy. This also contributes. But again, I must say, it's very fascinating to see how neighbors of mine and people in the grocery stores still do this. Dox me, stalk me, and I think it's fine. They don't see they don't see their own behavior as a problem. They don't see their own behavior as bad, as an issue. It's always like this obsession with me and knowing everything about me, knowing what I do, knowing what I have done, knowing what I think, knowing what I've been, knowing what I say, where I am, what I do. And this is used against me. This is stalking behavior on a very large scale, and it's very damaging when I get this everywhere. And yeah, I just wanted to add that to the video. I'll put it in the end, and I'll make a video about some of I'll start posting pictures of my stalkers in videos, and you can I'll talk a little about them, what they do, and maybe they don't think it's so funny anymore when their images are being shared there and are online. We'll see. Hit a like, share, comment. Peace out. See you next time.